I extend you all of you a very warm welcome. Again, we have the pleasant and most memorable things of our life. That is, Dr. Sibichen is here with us to share his thoughts on this recent, what he has termed it as remonetization. Maybe technically it may be different from demonetization. We will learn as we begin to hear him. Once again, on behalf of the Gokhale Institute and yourself, and on my personal behalf, I extend a very warm welcome to Dr. Sibichen Mathew. He has been with us for the last 8 or 9 years, delivering a talk annually here, preferably during the month of July first week. Beginning from 2010 till date, he has delivered 7 to 8 talks on topical subjects that influence our life and attitude. Just to mention a few of them, in 2010, he has delivered the talk on life in the tax world. 2011, scams and frauds, who will watch the watchdog? 2012, right to privacy in a snooping world. 2013, initiatives by TRAI means Telephone Regulatory Authority of India, for protection of telecom consumers. 2014, alone in a networked world. 2015, when the boss is wrong, making and unmaking of the leader within you. And 2016, sweet tongue to iron hand, the character and conduct of our financial institutions. So you can see the wide range of his sharing of thoughts with us. And one remarkable thing which I have personally noticed with Dr. Sibichen after interacting with him for so many years, even after being in the service of the government of India, he has made a conscious effort in interacting with the society in which he lives. That makes him a different officer altogether from the rest of the officers in the department. He always welcomes people to his office, shares their agony, and try to solve within the ambit of law. Having said so, let me introduce him with a few of his accomplishments to those who have come new to this evening's talk. He belongs to the 1992 batch of the IRS. After having his post-graduation, then MPhil, then law degree, doctorate, then foreign training, he has served in the Indian Revenue Service, beginning as Assistant Commissioner, then Deputy Commissioner, then Deputy Director Investigation. Then he has been serving the department from Karnataka from 2005. He has worked in the central and the state units, Additional Director of Income Tax Headquarters and Director General Investigation, worked as advisor to Telecom Regulatory Authority of India, and at present he is the Commissioner of Income Tax, TDS, Karnataka. One thing on behalf of this institution, before I make way for Dr. Sibichen on this subject, people who have born after 1950s or 60s, that is, or after independence, this what we have seen from the government as demonetization, it has put to test our own government agencies, and in our assessment, compared to any other democratic world around us, the achievement of the exercise is 100% success. People of the department, let me tell you, brothers and sisters, they have worked day and night, tirelessly, not for the sake of hike in salary or perks or anything, but just with one motto, that is to serve the country. And I can tell you with authority that people from the IT, Enforcement Directorate and the banking sector have worked tremendously to work for the country, for its good. How much that exercise has helped the country at the macro level, or sufferings of the individual at the micro level, what will be its future stations after demonetization, we are all eager to hear from Dr. Sibichen. With once again a warm welcome and our gratitude for having accepted our invitation. Please share your thoughts with us, sir. Thank you very much.
Very good evening to all of you. I think without a break, I am coming here on every 1st of July. Today morning when I opened the Facebook has this funny habit of throwing up the memories. And today's memory was 4 years back you were in Gokhale Institute of Public Affairs. And they gave out the topic also, what topic I discussed on that day. As Mr. Ramu rightly pointed out, this is my eighth or ninth lecture in Gokhale Institute of Public Affairs. And as I used to say every time when I come here, that I get some sort of positive vibe whenever I enter the campus of Gokhale Institute of Public Affairs. I do not know what exactly it is. It may be a very subjective experience, something which is very abstract, something which cannot be explained or described. And as all of you know, good things cannot never be put into writing, put into words. It is beyond our script, beyond our imagination. Certain experience which we get when we go somewhere, some places. You might have felt many times. Some places when you go, you feel elated. You get really motivated. And some places if you go, you will feel down. You will feel that your energy is going. You are feeling very tired. No? Happens? This is a place where we have the knowledge. We have the wisdom. There is a very strong difference between intelligence and wisdom. This world generally goes after intelligence. They recognize, appreciate, they give job, they give degrees based on intelligence. When people are respected and recognized for their intelligence rather than their wisdom, then we find the intelligent person, when he takes up that job, he is an utter failure. He creates outputs, not outcomes. He gets some quantitative results, but there is no qualitative impact. So certain places will give you wisdom. Certain books will give you wisdom. Certain friends will give you wisdom. Certain experience will give wisdom. I think that wisdom is the real knowledge. Not the formal learning process we undergo in institutions. That may not be the right knowledge. So this place is a place of wisdom. And I feel very motivated and very happy to be here. Today when I mentioned in my social media, Facebook, that I am going here for a lecture, there were a lot of people commenting on that. And one comment by one person, He said, I know the institute for a long time. It's a great privilege to be in such a good campus. I think that all, such appreciation has come not out of nothing, but because of the whatever practices you have created from 1949 in Gokhale Institute of Public Affairs, by all of you, by being regular for such sessions. Thank you so much for that. Now, he has narrated so many topics I have handled. If a person tries to talk on various topics, that means he is jack of all trades but master of none. Actually, I am that. So, I am not an expert in anything. That is why I am speaking on everything. If I am an expert, I will speak only on that topic. I will go deep into that. So that is my disadvantage. Please accept my knowledge may not be 100%. I may not be perfect in my delivery. But I will try my level best to share on topic. And today's topic is slightly different from earlier topics. Little serious topic. And this topic is very close to your heart as well. When demonetization was announced, one day evening I came home around 8:15. The moment I entered home, our Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji was on the screen. And he was announcing that. What a revolutionary, transformational decision. Such decisions need grit, courage to enforce. And yesterday night at midnight, how many of you watched television yesterday night? Raise your hands. Okay. What a wonderful way GST was presented before the country at 12 midnight. Finance Minister speaks, then Prime Minister speaks, and then President speaks. President's speech, last sentence, 12 midnight, and the GST got rolled out. Such decision, such path-breaking decisions need courage, a lot of courage. Such decisions are not for vote bank. Do you think anybody? I am an apolitical person. I don't belong to any political party. And today's lecture also beyond any politics. But I feel as a person, it requires a lot of courage to implement something which is tough, which people may not like. We are used to decisions where we have to please the voters to get votes. I don't think anything related to what was in the mind when the government introduced demonetization as well as GST. It was unpleasant things. Both are clearly unpleasant. Not to appease anybody. Normally every decision is taken, sometimes in government happens. It's a democracy. Again, I'm not criticizing any party. Decision has to be taken to, I won't say the word please, maybe to support certain groups. But here if you see critically, these two decisions taken by government, it was not to aid or support any particular group. But that's why people used to say it is long-term positive consequences. Here again, I am not going to say the positives and negatives of it. I am saying this is a tough decision which was taken by government. And before I go to this, kindly tell me what is your view of demonetization and aftermath? Okay, anybody? Any one of you? What do you feel? We are not going to discuss high academic, economic, financial issues. What do you feel personally as an individual?
Heart says good.
Heart says good. Okay.
Intellect says is not able to correlate with the decision of the heart.
Okay. There is some sort of dichotomy exists between, there's some sort of conflict between the heart and the mind. Now, intellectually thinking, when we think rationally, was it necessary? Heart says, yes, something which might be good for the country. Is that, Rama? Anyone else?
Yeah, but I just felt the decision was no doubt very good. As you said, it's very bold. And have we really reaped any benefit out of it? That's what I wanted the benefit to be reaped out of it.
Okay.
Has it really come out?
Okay.
That's what I want.
That is your query. Right. Anyone else? Okay.
It's something of behavioral change. When you change the behavior.
Okay. Some sort of behavioral change has come to the citizens of this country because of that. Right.
Sir, I am not clear about the benefits on attack on terrorism, funding for terrorism. Government has not disclosed.
Okay.
Under the garb of saying security,
Okay.
but that is overestimated.
Okay.
The level of black money that the government said that it will find, it did not find.
Okay.
Much more better avenues of tackling that were available, it did not.
Okay.
Preparedness is well known.
Okay. There's some sort of unpreparedness you felt in
The
that.
first three are unpardonable. They have not explained
Okay.
terrorism, the other.
Okay. They have not explained clearly the reasons. Okay.
No, impact is not.
Impact was not clear. Okay. 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 Right. Good. Okay. You felt it was in a hurry. That's it. Okay.
Demonetization, as it was intended, did not yield the result. It yielded remonetization.
Okay. Okay. Exactly. Right. Right.
It was a bold decision with an attempt to reduce inequality.
Attempt to?
It was a bold decision
Ah.
with an attempt to reduce inequality.
Okay. Right. Okay. Then shall we proceed? Excellent point of view. This is actually, you spoke from the heart. When the demonetization was announced, you found there are so many economists in this country without a degree in economics. Wherever you go, people have very clear idea of demonetization. Whether you are going for a haircut in the nearby salon or we are going somewhere else on the road or bus stand or railway station, people started talking about demonetization, why it was and what would be the consequences. So we found that there are so many people, thinking people in the country, not necessarily they are sitting in universities or institutes. Again, why people talked about demonetization so much? Because it affected positively or negatively, whatever. There was an impact on every person of this country. That's why people got very much involved in the debates on demonetization. So today's topic is not on demonetization. Today's topic is on remonetization. Demonetization is history. That's over. Chapter is closed. Whether it's positive or negative, time will tell. What generally people used to say, there is short-term problem but long-term benefit, all time will tell. But I am going to tell you, after the demonetization process, what is the scenario? What is the environment like? That we'll discuss today. So disclaimer that views are personal. It's very important. I am talking as Dr. Sibichen K Mathew, not as an officer of Government of India. I am not airing the view of any organization. I am airing the view just as an academician. And this is the next admission. So what we are going to discuss today? What were the reasons for demonetization? You already discussed. I don't know how to discuss. You told already. How was the process? What are the consequences? And I'll be focusing on one domain, and that is this Operation Clean Money Mission. Various tricks to escape and how some were caught. I'll give you some examples. And the road ahead. First, reasons for demonetization. Most of you already know. Now the question is, why this reason has been taken for this particular measure? Why government is substantiated this? These things, one thing we should understand that every decision taken related to security of the state cannot be told in comprehensive terms to the public. Please understand, government is also a large family, like a large family. No? In our house, if the parents may not be telling everything to the children. Some decisions are taken sometimes. In a democratic state, democratic government may take some decisions. Some decisions, they may not be able to explain it in a language which every citizen of this country understands. They can only give a broad framework. Why this step was necessary at this point of time. The reasons are, one is aimed to address corruption, second to curb black money, to curb counterfeit currency, and terror financing. These are the 5 reasons for this radical initiative. Now the question is, first and second thing everybody knows. This is a country marred by corruption. We can boast that is an IT capital, highly educated people, cosmopolitan city, Bangalore. Still, do you think when you go to a government department, you can get things done without shortcuts? Do you think some of the sensitive departments in this city itself, I don't want to name any department, including my department. I don't want to name the department. You know very well how much corruption is part of the society. Black money. All of us are clear about it. Government need not explain this to public. Regarding third and fourth, my personal view is that government has had its own very valid reasons. Things were going out of control, which had a direct link with high denomination currency notes. Government or RBI cannot clearly tell people how much counterfeit currency is in the market. Maybe your own purse, half of the 500,000 rupee note might have been fake at that point of time. Even banks cannot detect. That was a stage. That was a stage. And anybody who has read little economics would understand. This can collapse the economy. This can inflate the prices. Corruption, coupled with such scenario, can result into total imbalance in the economy. One example would be the real estate sector. Can you imagine buying a square feet of land in Bengaluru city? When you see the hoardings, advertisements for apartments, when you come from airport and all, you see that 2.95 crore onwards. Can you imagine for a 3-bedroom apartment in Bengaluru city, something like 3 crore people pay? Do you think it is disproportionate? Something which is unimaginable, how the price is going up for all commodities. So these are all interrelated. And such complexity, once in a while, we may have to take very, very extreme measure. %78% of all consumer payments in India are affected in cash. World Bank estimate 20% of GDP is shadow economy, and our own FICCI report, which has estimated as high as 75% of GDP. So when you talk about cash transaction, I don't say that cash transaction is synonymous with black money. No, it is not. When you talk 75% dealings are in cash, it does not mean that 75% black money. No, all cash is not black money. All cash is not black money. But there is a parallel economy in this country, which is very influential. How to detect black money? Today's session, I'll be focusing only on this. I'm not talking on terror financing or counterfeit currency. I will discuss on black money, where I have some primary experience dealing with that. How to curb black money? One thing government can do is to make people file returns. See, the last several years, there is an increase in number of people filing income tax returns. But when it comes to 126 crore population, how many people who are having income really file return is a question. That is one part. Second part, how many people who file return, they are showing the true and correct income in the returns. These are the two important challenges in curbing black money. So government tried that. Government tried for last several years to increase the tax base. Then what government did? Let's collect the investment details and income details from different sources and try to compile that. Find out those people are filing returns. Government tried that. Then government said we will ask people to quote PAN whenever they transact in a property, whenever they buy jewelry for more than 50,000 rupees, whenever they do large transactions, let them quote PAN and let us link that PAN with their income tax returns and find out whether they have the capacity, whether they have earned the income legally for this expenditure. Then government did, let us issue notices to non-filers. Those who filed returns, then stopped, let us issue notices. They are called stop filers. And the non-filers, those who never file return, though they have made huge expenditure. So government tried that. Then government thought, okay, we will scrutinize returns. So if people who file the return, if they are not showing all income properly, let's scrutinize the returns. So government, income tax department started scrutinizing the returns. And the number of officers and staff in the income tax department is too less. Secondly, if you start scrutinizing every return, where is the trust? There are so many honest taxpayers. We cannot harass them. We cannot drag them to office, conduct hearings, call for the books of accounts and bank accounts. We have to trust the taxpayers. So we made the scrutiny too less, like 0.5 or 0.25 or 0.09 every year. And we found we are not going to scrutinize based on the income, higher income or something. We will have some sort of computerized analysis so that there is no discretion for income tax officers to select cases. It should be only through computerized random selection of scrutiny. Government brought that. But how many scrutiny cases income tax officers could detect income? You conduct a scrutiny, you ask them to bring books of accounts. Books of accounts will be given very neatly to the office, brought to the office. The books of accounts contain only straightforward white money transactions. We call them parallel books of accounts. Another book, number 2, books of accounts. That is for all other transactions. Otherwise, this books of accounts is perfect. So what income tax officer can find out from that? Then they thought, okay, we will do survey. We will go to the business premises. Find out the stock and value the stock. Find out whether any sales figures are scribbled in papers. Impound those materials. Find out whether number 2 books of accounts are maintained. Seize that. They start doing that. If they keep it somewhere else, how will you find out? If another account is maintained somewhere else, how will they find out? If there is no trace, no evidence of any unreported transactions, how income tax officer who is going for a survey will find out? So they said, okay, we'll do search. We'll take a warrant, analyze the case thoroughly, tap the telephone conversation for 6 months, study that person's whereabouts, and conduct an income tax search on that group. How many cases we can search? How many people can be covered under warrant? In our country, maybe something like 5,000, 6,000 cases only maximum we are searching in a year. It's a very extreme, very complex process. Only after very diligent intelligence gathering an income tax raid is conducted. It is not that easy to take a search warrant and go and raid a person. No, it cannot be. So collecting information even for a search and getting the grip out the black money is not that easy. How many people can be raid? It will become a raid Raj. If you go and raid every person to get black money. It's not practical. It's not possible. So black money continued to be generated in the society. So how to curb it? So under the Supreme Court judge, chairmanship of Supreme Court judge, former Supreme Court judge, special investigation team, SIT on black money was constituted. There was a committee. The committee went through thoroughly how to curb black money in this country. Experts. They had very comprehensive deliberations for a long time. and submitted a report to government. These are the steps to be taken to curb black money. Then what government did? There's a Black Money and Imposition of Tax Act 2015. Because a lot of people said, entire black money is abroad, not here. We are not catching the money kept abroad, Swiss bank accounts and all those places. Why are not we catching them? So this act was passed and government started taking steps to get hold of black money kept abroad. Then government did this Benami Transaction Amendment Bill 2015. This is to tackle Benami properties, all the corrupt people, all those who evade taxes, the money they invest in some other name. So government brought this Benami Transaction Act. Bill was brought in to confiscate Benami property. Bill was introduced and after a couple of years, for 1 year it got passed. Then what government did? Many countries were not parting the information about money kept by Indians abroad. So government had to negotiate treaties with other countries. Even Swiss bank and many banks located in various other countries. So government had to deal with them and new treaties were entered and passed to exchange the information. So government cannot go and ransack the bank located in another country. Government needs legitimacy for its decision. So for that all the treaties were done. See, what I am saying is, what are the steps government is taking on a continuous basis to curb black money? What is this an idea? Anyone? This is a scheme of government, Income Tax Department. What is the scheme? Okay? Yes. Yeah. So government had this also during various intervals. Earlier we have the VDI system, Voluntary Disclosure Income Scheme, 1997. I remember at that time I was an assistant commissioner in Nilgiris district in Tamil Nadu. So my department, they asked me to stay till 12 midnight, December 31st, 1997, in the office. Even at 11:55 p.m., people rushed with declarations. So another opportunity government gave, okay, no, you did not cooperate with the department so far. You never declared. Finally, we are giving one final chance. Please declare your black money. Then 2015, foreign black money declaration. This step was taken by government. So any NRIs or any Indians who kept money abroad, which is taxable in India, which is generated in India, please declare, otherwise you will be prosecuted. Then government came with another scheme, IDS scheme. Wide publicity was given. Prime Minister personally monitored this and requested people, please come out clean. Please declare your black money. Prime Minister gave exclusive radio talks on this. Declare your black money. Something like 70,000 crore. His estimated revenue of 30,000 crore came out of that. Then the ultimate weapon government had for black money and various other reasons. And on that fine day, they said, these notes will go out of circulation. This contains 86.9% of total currency in the market. This is the only way we can clean, at least to some extent. So that was the process of demonetization. Now the consequences. This I have already asked you. You have already given me the views. This is a massive operation. The scale is so high and disruption is expected. Government knew very well that there is a lot of disruption in the economic activity of people during this period. And the Reserve Bank of India has come out with a document which studied the immediate impact of demonetization and said it has pushed food inflation significantly down. And since there is huge liquidity in the market, banks could fund people, businessmen, farmers. There is a lot of money available with bank to fund them. And as somebody said here, this has triggered a new type of behavior when we deal with money using digital avenues more for transacting money. The moment somebody uses transactions digitally, the transaction becomes transparent, it becomes accountable, it is subject to scrutiny, you cannot hide it. It is a fact. It is a fact. When you move towards cashless economy, we are substantially moving towards accountability in our transactions. So various avenues were given by government and various agencies that you can transact through unified payment interface, through digital wallets, prepaid debit cards and credit cards and swiping machines, Aadhaar-enabled payment systems, various avenues opened. If you are not scared about your money, if you are confident that your money is white money, why are you worried to transact it through bank and debit card and credit card? If you really feel scared, that means you have black money, that it will be caught at attention of agencies if it comes through banking channels. Otherwise, there cannot be any excuse to say that I would like to always pay cash from my purse. Instead of carrying currency in the purse, carrying a card is more safer. So the question people ask, okay, why are you opposing it? Because you have something to hide. You want to deal only in cash. That's why you're hiding. That was a normal question came. So after the demonetization, the very big burden came to Income Tax Department to take it forward. So department started this Operation Clean Money mission. The objective is to have a tax compliant society through a fair and transparent and non-intrusive tax administration. Can we stop all these scrutinies and raid and survey? If we can get all the information, why should we go and disturb the taxpayer? And where every Indian take pride in paying taxes. This is the mission of Operation Clean Money. So what are the strategies? So creating an awareness, promote voluntary compliance, Third one, collect timely and accurate third-party information. Get the information from sub-registrars very clearly. Get the information from all the banks. Get the information from all the places where any person spend money. Get all the data and compare with, match with his income, whether he is declaring. Fair enough. Very fair. If a person going to buy a flat for 2.95 crore and he has a lot of black money with him, a person whose hard-earned money is only 75 lakhs, he will never get to buy a flat in Bangalore city. As long as fellows with the suitcases with a lot of black money going around. Question now is whether that black money creates hurdle for a genuine taxpayer. Why some people are targeted and some people are not targeted? Okay, let him transact in black money. Government needs black money. Political parties need black money. Elections are fought with black money. So get the information and enforce. This is the strategy in the black money mission. Now you must be very curious to know who declared or deposited cash. I'm sure all of us deposited some amount because we all had little cash. We all deposited. We are not talking about ordinary people. We are talking about extraordinary people who were caught. Is it a right mission or wrong mission to get people come forward and declare? Is it a wrong mission or right mission? If you think it's a right mission, demonetization is success. %78.4% were business persons who declared cash. Corporates were 2%, but their share is 22.6% of cash declared. Then a lot of proprietary business people. 36.1% of the PAN holders in the reported cash transactions have not filed return. My dear friends, you look at only that. 36.1% of PAN holders, we are not talking about non-PAN holders, PAN holders in the reported cash transactions have not filed return. Tell me demonetization is success or failure. From black money angle, I'm not about terror financing or anything. I'm asking from the black money angle, was it a success? If 36.1% of people who had PAN and they declared huge amount in the bank and not filed returns so far. Yeah.
Let's go to the last point. What is the index for that? It is based on the minimum taxable income.
This is actually, see, for example, we have investigated only 2.5 lakhs and above. So take it that way. Because no notices were sent to anybody below 2.5 lakhs cash deposits. Taxpayer segment analysis, if you see. If you see the PAN holders who are declared, how much? 35.4% cash deposits from proprietary businesses who held 26.6% of PANs out of total people who had PANs who disclosed. And if it's the average deposit per PAN, it will take about 3-4 years to really analyze scientifically these things, these data. These are raw data. Maybe our economic institutions will take it forward and analyze thoroughly to find real truth. This is only raw data. So there may be some explanations for these things. There may be some explanations for these things. At the same time, a preliminary view, prima facie view, if you take, seeing this, we know that large number of people have disclosed their cash. They had to disclose the cash because no other way, 500,000 rupee, no use. They had to disclose. When we counted what they disclosed, it was substantial. They should have filed return of income. Why they didn't file return of income earlier? The business segment analysis, different business sectors. Trading 53.4% of PAN holders, cash deposit of 60.8%. What is the reason? Tell me. Why trading so much of cash deposits by trading people, traders? Without bill. Cash transactions. Number 2 books of accounts. So the Prime Minister should keep quiet after seeing the result, or he should implement GST. You tell me. Now with the GST, unless he account it, unless he gives an invoice or bill, he cannot claim tax back. See how things are connected. When you see trading, 60.8% of cash deposit came from traders. How much of black money is being generated in our trade? Should we not tackle this or should we keep quiet? So demonetization was only a process which has resulted into various other policy initiatives. Data from banks and post offices. So Income Tax Department took the data of rupees 12 those who deposited 12.5 lakhs and above in a current account. See, department is not going to for less than 12 lakhs. See, there are certain very high range, very high parameter has been given, and they say, okay, we do only that, and 2.5 lakhs for savings bank accounts. For the period from November 9th, 2016 and December 30, 2016. For some cases, we have taken April 1st onwards to November 8. You know, any idea? November 9, demonetization happened. But department, after about 3-4 weeks, went one more step. No, we will inquire previous 2-3 weeks also. Why? Any idea?
The trend.
Not trend, then? Trend is one. Trend is very important. Very important trend. No information leaking. Information leaking is not there. People were manipulating even the earlier books. Even in banks. Please understand. So, one is the trend analysis. Very important. Trend analysis, basically we have to do the previous year. Not only that. This is basically for last 2-3 months manipulation also we could see. Regarding leakage, we don't have any information. No. And nothing can be kept secret like this. People may say that it has been leaked to people and all. No. One person knows, it will be going to another lakh of people. So this was kept highly secret.
Sir, only one
Yeah.
You are getting information that one is putting cash back into the system world now. There are multiple series, same series, multiple numbers. Is it true or?
In the currency?
Yes.
Might be. If all the fake currencies were in the market, maybe same series will come, duplicate series.
And
There's high likelihood.
like another,
High likelihood.
like another connected issue with this is whichever the government is
Yes.
printing the person.
Yes.
The government was aware of its own printing duplicate series of the currencies.
Government is aware that fake notes are in market. But government is not printing that. Government never prints. See, why not? 2,000 rupee note was printed within a week of release. So there were a lot of such allegations where there may be true also. Such that fake notes, parallel duplicate series of notes were in the market. So what government did? Okay, we found this much of money from you. We got data. We are not going to catch you now. We are giving you one more opportunity. We caught you red-handed. Government can ask, you explain. But government said, before we scrutinize you, we are giving you one more opportunity. Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Yojana 2016. You pay 50% tax. 25% you put in a Garibi Mantri, the Pradhan Mantri Garib Yojana, that scheme you put 25%. We'll give you back that money after 5 years without interest. And 25% you take back now, right now. That scheme was also given. So that no penalty, no prosecution will be there for these things. So the penalty is inside this 50%. All this penalty, tax, everything included in 50%. This opportunity was also given by government.
Here, any information, how many people use that opportunity?
The information is there, but I don't have the right now. And certain figures of demonetization have not come out so far. Government definitely will present all this data. This data is already there.
Generally, the public view is people who had some few hundreds of notes and all these things, they all deposited, we got that money in course of time. Many people managed to put 2.5 lakhs through their own influential sources and all these things. It was told, even lot of these electrical contractors,
Yes, they are kept.
were told to put 2.5
Yes,
lakhs
yes.
and all these. They put them influential
Yes,
sources.
yes.
And I am of the view,
Yes.
people who really had huge lot of money
Hmm.
in their walls,
Yes,
and
yes.
kitchen and all these things,
Yes.
why they did not put it was, they somehow thought it is better not to come into the books at all, lose.
They burned it.
Huh?
They burned the cash.
They burned on the, now it is coming out in the walls of the house.
That's okay. Let them do that. No worry for that. That's a good thing they are doing. Let them destroy or burn or anything. They are not using it now. Good. At least they are so selfish. Even if I burn, I don't give it to government. What to do? We can't do anything out to these people now.
No, they're not selfish. They're extremely careful because they know once they come into the, like what exactly you got this to this one, they will again have to answer. So there are many thousands of people
See,
who got larger money have not come into the books at all.
this Pradhan Mantri, this scheme also, we are not going to investigate that money later. It is very clearly given. You disclose this 50%. We are not going to investigate you at all. Then why the fear? Then why the fear?
No, is it only for that disclosure or any past also is it?
No, only for this money. For that we had ideas. Ideas we gave no. Just 1 month back we gave ideas. We did not utilize that also. Now we caught them and put all of you put the bank account. Now at least you disclose. Now, no, I will not disclose that also. So, for those people who are not disclosed, they are disclosed in the bank account, but they are not put in this Pradhan Mantri scheme, what to be done for them, to them? For that, we have started the work, which is going on now. I will tell about this. Cash deposit data was analyzed to identify persons whose cash transaction did not appear in line with their tax paying profile. So somebody deposited 10 lakhs. We compared that with his income tax return. Whether he will be able to have 10 lakhs accumulated balance right now. This analysis resulted in identification of about 17.92 lakh persons for verification. We identified based again, not manual, computerized. And out of that, 17.92 lakh people data figured that department should verify them. Not that every person who deposits in the bank account we are verifying. No. Computer analyzed their last 5 years return. Then they found, okay, there is some disproportionate investment is there in this. There is a case for verification. So computer thrown that figure, based on that 17.92 lakh persons' names were identified. So then we classified into different sectors, like business people, non-business people, trading people, builders, classified into different groups. Then what we did, We told them online verification of cash transaction was enabled. So these names were put. So SMS were sent to their mobile phones. Emails were sent. Even telephone calls were made that you have made deposit of this many lakhs in the bank. Your name has been selected for verification. You don't have to do anything. You go to income tax this website. Open it. And there you write your explanation. See how simple it is. It's not that immediately income tax inspector goes and call him. No. Your name has been figured. We are giving you an opportunity. We are not verifying. You open it and you write the reason. 10 lakhs you are deposited from where? You write. In the first phase, around 18 lakh persons were identified in whose case cash transaction did not appear in the taxpayer profile. One is people with a PAN, which we linked with the returns. Another case is that there is no PAN or link, but then we have information regarding their transactions through sub-registrars and banks, all those. Comparison of that. Identified 18 lakh people, they deposited cash, which is suspicious. So now you see this. 9.72 lakh people submitted a response without visiting income tax office. It's not a small figure. They went online, they wrote the reasons. So about 2.89 lakh crore worth amount, taxpayers gave some response. It's not small amount. 2.89 lakh crore. Taxpayer gave some explanation online. And department found out 3.71 lakh new accounts relating to 1.58 lakh taxpayers who made partial declaration. What happened? New accounts, new bank accounts, money has been deposited, which was inactive account for many years. In those accounts, money has come suddenly, which was not, for which no explanation was given. So during the e-verification, we found another 5.68 lakh new cases, which is also matching with their taxpayer profile. Now, what is the reason? Now they are written online, no? Online they are giving reasons. So what reasons they give? You see, many cases it was cash sales. They are saying a lot of sales through cash sales happened. Especially during the demonetization time, huge cash sales. Huge cash sales. Oh. People were coming to jewelry shop and buying this thing. That's okay. The jewelry shop, anyway, that is a separate issue. Small fellow, never had any transaction also, he is saying huge sales. Cash out of earlier income or savings, I kept in my house. So much of money. 20% of people, they gave that reason. Other cash receipts, 9.6%. Cash out of receipts exempt from tax, like agricultural income. Cash withdrawn out of bank account. I just 1 week before only kept, before that demonetization announced. Previous day I draw some 5 lakhs my bank. So some reasons like that. Loan repayment in cash. Others. So various reasons they gave. Now what is the enforcement action? We identified high risk cases. See, we cannot go after every case. Like somebody put some 5 lakhs or 10 lakhs. No. We have limited manpower. Let us only focus on very high risk cases. So search actions were conducted on nearly 900 groups across the country, and we found 16,398 crore. They admitted. Through search, they admitted on search on 900 groups only. This is the amount came. It's a huge amount. 636 crore was in cash. And survey was conducted in 8,000 cases. And 6,746 crore declared. So it was a tough time for the income tax department, especially investigation wing. Day and night work. Saturdays and Sundays. Continuous work. And because of which huge money has come to Exchequer. More than 400 cases were referred to ED or CBI. And 56 persons were arrested. We have some arrests in Bengaluru. You might have seen the newspapers. So what is the modus operandi they followed? Unexplained cash deposit by bullion traders and jewelers. Unexplained cash deposit by petrol bunks. It was allowed for them, you remember. They could take 500 and 1,000 rupees. So what happened? Lot of money transacted there. Unexplained cash deposits by traders, contractors, professionals, government employees, cooperative banks, so much irregularities. Unexplained cash deposit in the name of employees, deposit in shell companies, and so many. Let's get some examples. So we identified different type of cases and tried to do it from May 2017 onwards. That means last 2 months. So what we found was one group of people we tried out of these 18 lakh bank accounts. Persons or groups splitting cash deposit in multiple accounts to avoid reporting. We caught hold of them. Different accounts, money was put. High value cash deposit and purchase of property after demonetization. These cases also we took for verification. High value cash deposit, okay, that is what, okay, related to related party, to relatives, partners, employees. Outward foreign remittance after demonetization. Cash deposit by government or PSU employees. Non-PAN accounts with a name, similar name and address. Gopal, Subramaniam Gopal, K Gopal, Subramaniam K, same address. So there are a lot of cases like that. Clusters of non-PAN accounts with a similar name and mobile number. Mobile number is same in all the bank accounts. So this type of suspicious things taken for verification. One of the most important thing happened was in jewelers cases. So they did backdating of sales. A lot of sales they backdated on that day. Splitting of sale bills to avoid PAN. 50,000 and more you had to give PAN. So people bought for 10 lakhs worth jewelry, one person, they split into different bills. Providing entries through bogus sales. Layering transaction to hide the identity of the ultimate. No, see, layering. One person giving to another person, to another person, to another person. It goes off like that to, we cannot trace the ultimate beneficiary. So we conducted a lot of searches on jewelers. And one example on Hyderabad-based jeweler, one example. You can read it, I will tell. There was information that 97 crore he has deposited in bank. Demonetized currency. 97 crore. So what we did is, we did an investigation. And he said, we received from customers on 8th November 2016 after 9 p.m. so much of money to buy bullion. So we did a search and we found these things. They have named 5,200 customers' names. They created names of 5,200 people. They said this money belongs to them. But we asked for, get me the letters from that parties. So they gave letter from 65 people out of 5,200 people, 65 letters they could produce. And most of these amounts were below 2 lakhs, 2.5 lakhs, below 2 lakhs, and no PAN is required. The statement of the security guard on the night duty was recorded, who stated that no one had visited the premises from 8 p.m. onwards on 8th November. The premises was under CCTV surveillance. However, no footage for 8th November available. That is not there. That alone, 8th November alone, nothing in CCTV. So we had to take a disclosure, and we referred to the ED and CBI in this case. Finally, he has disclosed entire amount. Another Bhopal-based jeweler. Annual turnover is 8 crore. But the annual turnover is 8 crore for him. But only in November, that first week, his turnover is 17 crore. 17 crore. And out of that, 10 crore booked as advance against future sale, because stock is not there, no? He says, this is advance I received for future sale after 2 years, 3 years, when my child become 18 years, marriage time. So I have made money. All people given money on that day. I remember when I was in Tamil Nadu, one income tax return I was seeing. There it was written, the income tax return is by one Mr. Narasimharaja. Narasimharaja says, I have received NRI gift of 10 lakhs from one Michael. So I called Narasimharaja and asked, this 10 lakhs rupees Michael gave you? Yes, Michael gave me out of love and affection. Michael belongs to Kerala. He works in Gulf. Narasimharaja is in Coimbatore. He's a jeweler, small jeweler. I said, how come Narasimharaja, Michael is giving so much, such a love, so much of secular, interreligious love and affection? He says, no, when he came on leave, he came to Coimbatore. Me and wife took him to Ooty, shown Ooty and all those places. When he came back, he said, I want to give you 10 lakhs NRI gift. So I issued summons. First I went to that place, a place called Tiruvalla in Kerala, where a lot of NRIs. I went to the bank and got hold of Michael's account for the bank manager. Bank manager was very reluctant, because bank manager gets commission out of all these things. Very reluctant to give. Because of my summons, he gave. And I found Michael is a very benevolent person. He has given about 1 crore rupees to various parties in Coimbatore. So he was summoned to Coimbatore, and Michael, I brought him this side, along with I put some 5 people. This time I put Narasimharaja and about another 5 people, and I asked Michael to identify Narasimharaja and Narasimharaja to identify Michael. I can't. No. So this was happening for long, this 10 years back when I was in Tamil Nadu. So the trend is, I only think the amount has gone up 5,250 now. This many people and this many crores. So multiple bills issued. Names of customers on these bills were found to be partial and incomplete. The sequence of bill and the time of sale did not match in a coherent way. For example, bill number 1001 was issued prior to bill number 1000, owing to deliberate backdating. With all those things, finally he disclosed 15 crore. Petrol bunks, all of you know petrol pumps. In Rajkot, in 110 petrol bunks they did. Deposited cash of 190 crore during demonetization. And we found that when you again compare the trend analysis, that much petrol is not being sold there, then how this much of money has come? So for other people, they have changed in petrol bunks. Because government allowed petrol bunk to take 500,000 rupee note. How people misused. And we got irritated by every week government was changing the stand. No? Government said, no, now we will not give you bank, you even more than 5,000 rupees. We will not give you without signing and all those things. Why government changed the stand? Because there was no other way. Government didn't think that people are so intelligent enough to bypass anything. That's why they said, no, we will not do. Then we gave, initially they said, okay, till December 31st you can do, or March 31st. They said, no, we cannot do it. It was such level things were happening. It was going out of control of the government. The way people were misusing this and taking money. And so much of money, even now people are catching money because there was that NRIs, when they come, they can deposit in RBI. People would like to utilize that avenue. Unexplained cash deposit by traders.
Excuse me, NRI, it was given till 30th of June. And upon NRI also has to give an explanation why
Yes.
different all this. But very blatantly people are bringing money from various places and all.
Yes. See, RBI cannot be an investigator at that time. So RBI can refer to ED or Income Tax Department to investigate. But now what happened? In many places, there are some, what you call collaboration or connivance or whatever, collusion of officials also, bank officials also. We found a lot of banks were involved in this. Otherwise, how so much of money was caught? New 500,000 rupee note in Bangalore, in one particular premises. When people are standing in queue to get 500 rupees, new 500 rupees. So traders, in case of a bitumen and jewelry trader, cash of 150 crore was deposited in the bank after 8th November 2016. And he said it is cash sales by making backdated entries in Tally software with all entries of local cash sales of exactly the same amount of rupees 1,99,500. See how they manipulate. Then finally they disclosed to the department once they found out. Bangalore-based contractors, again, we found huge money put in the bank accounts. Last line, the group also paid nearly 1.3 crore in SBN, that old 500 rupee note, 1000 rupees note, to their labor on 8th November 2016 and booked it as labor expenses. The search led to seizure of 4 crore in cash and admission of 167 crore as undisclosed income. Hyderabad-based doctor was found to have deposited 11 crore in old notes in 3 bank accounts. During questioning, the individual could not provide any document to substantiate the source of deposits, and we have issued prohibitory orders on the deposits. And 7.5 crore was seized. And the case is going on. He has to explain everything now. Government employee in Bhubaneswar, one government employee, he deposited something like 53 lakhs, which he could not explain. So we went and searched him, and finally he had disclosed 2.28 crore. When we are going for search, we will find out many other things. Cooperative Bank in Delhi, 1,200 new bank accounts opened, and 600 dormant accounts were made active to put money. Overnight, they are opening by 1,200 bank accounts to put the money. A total of more than 120 crore was deposited in the bank. 2,500 accounts with a cash deposit of above 1 lakh. So that it will not come under the scrutiny, that online verification. So many banks, this is only an example of one bank. One Chennai-based trust, they did a very unique thing. In 650 employees' name, they put money of less than 50,000 rupees each in their account. So 8.18 crore of old money they converted by putting in the name of the employees. During interrogation, the chairman admitted that the unaccounted cash belonging to the trust was kept in the lockers, which was distributed to the employees in order to convert them to new currencies. He admitted, undisclosed. What is this money? Capitation fee for seats, medicine, engineering, all those things. One shell company in Delhi, again, when companies were created to put deposits. There are so many companies now. They don't file returns to the registrar of companies. These shell companies are only for this type of transactions. Every big company in India, they have so many shell companies. They don't do any transaction. For example, if I have a big company, I want to give a contract to somebody. I will give it to my own shell company, saying that I don't have any relation with that company. So they create such shell companies to do related party transactions and to debit more expenses to reduce my taxable profit. So those shell companies' bank accounts were there. So people started putting demonetized currency in those bank accounts. Now the closing remarks for you. From all these things you might have understood, at least from the black money point of view, for which we have information, other things we don't have information, there is definitely a positive impact for this demonetization process. And there is more transparency and accountability in transactions. The behavioral changes happened. One by one, people started doing the transactions in the digital mode. Because of this, productivity increased. And productivity increased, and inflation is checked, there is balanced development. The price will be relatively under control. I won't say it is perfectly under control. The inflation will be checked. And if there are so much black money fellows nearby, then bargaining power for people will get reduced, and we get at a cost price many things. Ultimately, maybe our flat prices, real estate prices will come down. Because if there are so many people with a lot of black money is not there. Everybody has hard-earned money. And nobody can increase the prices beyond a limit. So all this can happen with this. And only problem which we face now is other disruptions and difficulties we face in politics and religion and all other fields. If that is also checked, if we are under control, our country will definitely become a superpower with a lot of our people enjoying happiness and peace. Maybe in the near future, we will achieve that. Maybe demonetization may be a small step towards that direction. Thank you. Take this. This also I'll put my advertisement. Okay. These are my 2 books. In case you would like to buy the book, these are available on Amazon and Flipkart. Making People Pay, the Economic Sociology of Taxation. And second one is on leadership. Anybody who works anywhere or who worked anywhere, when the boss is wrong. Thank you so much.
Friends, I request all of you to spare 2 or 3 more minutes of yours. Since we had in between questions and doubts, he himself has asked our views, and also it is now time so that any questions you can ask. If time is permissible, he will answer, or you can contact him through the mail, he will answer. If any pertinent question to this topic is there, you can ask. Please come to the stage so that let them others also know the question.
Speak loudly only. What was the policy of the government and the money that was received in hundi, in temple hundis? So many people anyway, instead of giving it to the government, they have put it in the hundi. What happened to that money and how does that work?
Actually, we have a lot of money in our churches and temples and mosques. If we can utilize that money, it would be nice for national building, because then they have their own reasons for that money. And in my personal view, if you can cut at least 10% tax from that hundi or the church money or mosque money, but they are also using our resources of state. 10% of that money, give it to government. It will be a very big amount. Now, there are a lot of people who have put old currencies in the temples and churches and all those places. Ultimately, they also have declared, and they are also being scrutinized. We have an exemption wing in our department. Those trusts as well as religious institutions who have got so much of money disclosed and put in bank account, they were asked to explain. Why last 5 years you got only 25 lakh donation? Only in this 1 week 2.5 crore donation. Any special miracle, anything, the priest or pujari have done any special miracle or something. So they also have to explain. My limited information on this is that certain things are confidential. That many such institutions also have come forward in this scheme. Pradhan Mantri Garib scheme. It is not that only business people have come. Some of the institutions and religious institutions also have disclosed.
Political parties, have they declared their right and wrong?
For the political parties, there was some amendments made in this during the demonetization scheme, and they made past may be imperfect, future they have made perfect by bringing a law saying that nobody can give donation to political parties above, I think it is 2,000 rupees. Above 2,000 rupees, nobody can pay any cash now. Do you think it is a good move? Tell me objectively, forget about political parties. Whatever party you be Congress or BJP or Marxist Party or whatever. Don't you think it is a good move? People may bypass this also. Yes, definitely. But some sort of check has come. That anybody contribute to political parties, but pay only by check.
Parties can give overnight in any that Maidan meetings. They can simply produce thousands of receipts of
Yes, that's what I said. They can bypass 1,999 rupees. 50,000 people came to Ramlila Maidan for a program. All of them came with 1,999 and gave it to my treasurer. Can happen. We need integrity and honesty in public life. They manipulate.
Actually, I think based on what you said, that I think income tax department and many departments, government institutions were very much stressed. Actually, the same problem we see in the case of court justices.
Yes.
Many times justice is given after 10 years, 15 years, even for important cases.
Yes.
Similarly, when there is so much black money, or the order of 10 lakhs crores, people say like that, and maybe 20 to 30% of our GDP is black money. That's what people say. When there is a serious problem, I would know, sir, from what you have said, why can't we have more, employees working for these institutions? Because we have got so much unemployment, so many brilliant people, and they are all diverted to some areas, and many times they are working on problems or projects which have no meaning. But here there are lakhs of crores of black money is there, and our intelligent people are not putting any efforts into that. I want to know why it cannot be increased to 1 crore, and afterwards, after all the black money is eliminated, we can take back them to some other areas where they are specialized. Why we are not giving training to our youngsters so that they can participate, and so the stress of the departments gets reduced.
As an officer of government of India, 100% I support you. I wish you enter politics and you become a minister and say that more funds should be allotted to have more employees. You raised a very important point. When all these exercises are carried out by bank people as well as income tax department, one income tax officer will have half inspector and half tax assistant. If he wants to go for a survey, also he doesn't have manpower. And how 18 lakh cases we can verify. And to get 100 rupees tax collection in this country, we spend something like 55 paise only. That's all. Moment if you give this, outsource the tax collection to private sector, you know how much will be the contract amount you may have to give to them to do this. So if we can invest more on these employees and resources, definitely there will be an impact. Moment you give 4.5% or 2% increase in DA, the newspaper will give you 50,000 crore additional amount in the exchequer, for the exchequer. Please understand, if you give peanuts, you get monkeys. If you want smart, intelligent people, sincere, committed, honest people to come to government, especially sensitive officers like Income Tax Department, if the guy is sitting there, if he is dishonest, I don't know how to tell you how much money he can make. He is checking the explanation given online. 18 lakh people are giving online explanation. The income tax officer decides whether it should be accepted or not. Lot of discretion comes there. If that person is not of a person of integrity and honesty, if the person is guided to get money, the fraud happens. If most of the fraud happens, there is something called fraud triangle theory. Fraud triangle theory. One reason is opportunity. If there is opportunity, people commit fraud. Second one is need. Here comes. A person is in dire need of getting money. I'm not talking about greed, need itself. So we may also have to have the psychological approach when we really decide on the payments to certain sensitive officials who are intelligent, if you are putting to them to take decision, so that they will not compromise on their ethics and they have been rewarded properly, and a lot of good enforcement will take place. So as you said, we may also have said a lot of unemployment is there. If you have more people in enforcement who are honest and sincere and committed, then there may be a lot of success. And Government of India has taken steps now to recruit more employees.
Sir, I want to know why this step has not been taken so far.
Now the question is, the moment you increase the employee strength, questions are raised. You are increasing the government expenditure. Your salaries are increased. Instead of that, you have to cut the employees into half. No, that is what is happening. So we have to really apply our mind in which sectors we need more people. Because we are seeing some officers, or some government departments, 20 people are sitting in the room without reading newspapers and seeing WhatsApp. No work is being done. So there should be an efficient utilization of manpower in government. Which department needs more people? Which department you have to cut people aside? So that way we may have to do.
Sir, before winding up, let me share the wholeness of this entire talk. We have spoken on the duties of the taxpayer, then the enforcement, then the IT, everything is so fine. But you touched a very sensitive issue that, and also the finance minister spoke very first day that the Indian citizens are not tax compliant. They want to avoid tax somehow. They are not very happy in paying tax. They want to avoid tax, find means of avoiding tax and so forth. And one of the reasons attributed by honest taxpayers is, after having collected tax, the government indulges in favoring some and disfavoring some for the sake of mere vote bank politics, which the honest taxpayer doesn't like. He wants the government to work like a perfect witness, wherein he does work for the good of all. Like Sarve Jana Sukhino Bhavantu, what we say, Bahujana Hitaya, Bahujana. Don't appease anyone. These various welfare schemes which the government is announcing is out of the taxpayers' money. If they are trying to utilize that money for the sake of vote banks, how can you expect taxpayers to trust the government that his tax, whatever he pays, is utilized properly? In that sense also, the government has to change its views before announcing its policies in the election campaign or its manifestos, so that people trust, yes, my money will not go as a waste. If this integrity bridge is brought up, maybe people will voluntarily come up and pay tax.
You're right.
So, on behalf of Gokhale Institute and on your behalf, I extend a very most warm gratitude to Dr. Sibichen Mathew for having kindly consented to be here and share his very valuable thoughts, because he can speak with authority on his experiences and the data available within his mind, even though they may not be official in as far as professional way is concerned, but they are really authentic. We can trust those information and make our own decisions whether this exercise of the government is for the good of ourselves. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Good. You asked me to us. Thank you, sir. Thank you.